Welcome back to your go-to channel for deep dives, reviews, and all things movies and TV. If you haven't yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of film buffs. We've got plenty of exciting content coming your way. Today, we're diving into the highly anticipated Superman 2025 film. This marks the beginning of a new chapter for the Man of Steel and the DC Universe under James Gunn's leadership. Buckle up, because we're breaking down everything we know so far about this exciting reboot, from the cast and release date to plot details and how it ties into the larger DCU. Let's get into it. Release date and production details. First off, let's talk release date. Mark your calendars because Superman Legacy, as it's officially titled, is set to soar into theaters on July 11th, 2025. It's the first film in James Gunn and Peter Safran's ambitious overhaul of the DCU, kicking off what they're calling the Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters storyline. Now, if you're wondering why this Superman movie feels different, it's because it is. Unlike Zack Snyder's darker take in recent years, Gunn has promised a film that emphasizes hope, optimism, and the classic ideals Superman represents. This project is close to Gunn's heart, and he not only co-wrote the script, but also stepped in to direct the movie himself. Gunn has said, and I quote, "Superman Legacy is not just about Superman, it's about embracing kindness in a world that often sees kindness as old-fashioned." Filming kicked off in early 2024, with sets spanning multiple locations in the US and Canada to bring the sprawling world of Metropolis and Smallville to life. Given Gunn's track record with blockbusters like Guardians of the Galaxy, fans are eagerly anticipating his creative vision for DC's most iconic hero. The cast. Who's playing who? When it comes to casting, Gunn has made bold choices. Taking up the mantle of Clark Kent, aka Superman, is David Corenswet. If the name sounds familiar, it's because Corenswet has been making waves with standout performances in shows like Hollywood and The Politician. At 6'4" with a classic clean-cut look, he's already been dubbed the perfect choice to embody both Superman's wholesome persona and his commanding presence as Earth's mightiest protector. Opposite Corenswet is Rachel Brosnahan, playing Lois Lane, the intrepid Daily Planet reporter and Superman's love interest. Brosnahan, known for her Emmy-winning role in The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, has already demonstrated her ability to balance sharp wit with heartfelt emotion. Fans are excited to see her dynamic with Corenswet unfold on screen. Rounding out the confirmed cast are Eddie Gathegi as Mr. Terrific, a genius-level intellect who will bring his scientific expertise into the mix. Isabella Merced as Hawkgirl, adding a fierce, winged warrior to the team. And Nathan Fillion, stepping in as a fan-favorite Green Lantern, Guy Gardner. While these names have stirred excitement, there's plenty of speculation about who else might join the lineup. Could we see iconic Superman villains like Lex Luthor or Brainiac? Gunn is keeping those details under wraps for now, but fans are keeping their fingers crossed. What's the story about? Now onto the big question. What's the plot? Superman Legacy will follow a younger Clark Kent as he juggles his Kryptonian heritage with his human upbringing in Smallville. Unlike previous adaptations that often lean heavily on one aspect of his life, Gunn promises a balanced exploration of both sides of Superman's identity. Here's what we know for sure. The film will highlight Clark's moral compass and his unwavering belief in doing what's right, even when the odds are stacked against him. He'll also be navigating a complex world filled with other heroes as the DCU embraces more interconnected storytelling. In a recent interview, Gunn hinted that Superman's relationships with Lois, his friends, and his adversaries will play a pivotal role in shaping the narrative. One intriguing tidbit is the inclusion of Mr. Terrific and Hawkgirl. While their exact roles remain a mystery, their presence hints at a broader story that could involve the Justice League or even the multiverse. After all, DC fans know that where Superman leads, others are sure to follow. Fan anticipation and early reactions. As you'd expect, the announcement of Superman Legacy has fans buzzing. Some are thrilled at the idea of a fresh, hopeful take on the character, while others are cautiously optimistic, wondering how this reboot will differentiate itself from previous iterations. Online fan forums are already brimming with theories about potential cameos, Easter eggs, and how this film might set the tone for the entire DCU. what this means for the DC universe. With James Gunn and Peter Safran at the helm, this isn't just another Superman movie. It's the cornerstone of the DCU's revival. The film is the first in the ambitious Chapter 1 Gods and Monsters slate, which promises interconnected storytelling across movies, TV shows, and even animated series. Gunn has emphasized that while Superman Legacy stands on its own, it's also a launchpad for a larger narrative. Think of it as DC's answer to Marvel's Iron Man, a defining moment that sets the tone for the cinematic universe to follow. What's exciting is how this movie is shaping a more cohesive DCU. We've already seen announcements for upcoming projects like The Authority, Swamp Thing, and The Brave and the Bold, which will introduce Batman and Damian Wayne. All these films will exist in the same universe as Superman Legacy, meaning the potential for crossovers is huge. Could we see Superman teaming up with other heroes or clashing with them sooner than we think? Gunn has said, "This is the start of something big, but it begins with Superman as the heart of the DCU. Everything flows from him." If that doesn't get you hyped, I don't know what will. Who could be the villain? Let's talk villains. Every Superman movie needs an adversary who can challenge both his physical might and his moral ideals. While Gunn has kept tight-lipped about who Superman will face, fan speculation is off the charts. Many fans are hoping for a fresh take on Lex Luthor, Superman's iconic nemesis. A tech mogul with a vendetta against the Man of Steel could be a timely choice, reflecting modern fears about unchecked corporate power. But others are rooting for Brainiac, the cold, calculating AI who collects worlds. Brainiac's ties to Krypton's destruction would make for a deeply personal conflict. Then there's the possibility of someone completely unexpected. Gunn has a history of bringing lesser-known characters into the spotlight, so we can't rule out wildcards like Metallo, Parasite, or even Mongul. Whoever it is, they'll need to pose both a physical and philosophical challenge to Clark Kent. What's clear is that Superman Legacy isn't just about Superman punching bad guys. Gunn's Superman is a thinker as much as he's a fighter, so expect a villain with complex motivations and a story that asks big questions about power, responsibility, and humanity. Visuals and tone, what to expect. Now let's talk about the look and feel of the movie. James Gunn has teased that Superman Legacy will blend modern visuals with a classic, almost retro aesthetic that pays homage to the character's comic book roots. The film's cinematographer, Henry Braham, has worked with Gunn before on Guardians of the Galaxy Vol. 3, so expect vibrant colors and stunning action sequences. Early production stills reveal a metropolis that feels bustling and alive, with a hint of Art Deco style, a nod to Superman's 1930s origins. Tonally, the movie promises to capture the best of Superman's essence: hope, optimism, and a belief in the goodness of humanity. Fans are already comparing this approach to Richard Donner's 1978 Superman the movie, which set the gold standard for superhero films. At the same time, Gunn is ensuring the film feels contemporary and relevant, addressing modern-day challenges while staying true to the character's timeless appeal. What fans are saying? Fan reactions to Superman Legacy have been overwhelmingly positive so far. On forums like Reddit and Twitter, fans are praising the casting of David Cornsweet, with many saying he looks like Superman stepped straight out of the comics. Rachel Brosnahan's Lois Lane is also a major win, with one fan tweeting, "Finally, a Lois Lane who's sharp, fearless, and can go toe-to-toe with Superman. Rachel is going to kill it." That said, there's always a mix of excitement and skepticism when it comes to reboots. Some fans are cautiously optimistic, hoping the film avoids the pitfalls of previous DC projects that felt disjointed. But with James Gunn at the helm, most seem confident this movie will deliver. One fan summed it up perfectly. Superman Legacy feels like a fresh start for DC. It's exactly what we need right now. A Superman who inspires hope in a world that really needs it. What's next for Superman? Finally, let's look ahead. Assuming Superman Legacy is a hit, and honestly, with this team, how could it not be? What's next for the Man of Steel? We know that Gunn and Safran have a long-term vision for the character within the DCU. Sequels are almost a given, but we could also see Superman appear in other projects. Could he join forces with Batman in The Brave and the Bold? Or take on cosmic threats alongside the Authority? The possibilities are endless. There's also the question of how Superman will interact with other Kryptonian characters. Could we see Supergirl make an appearance? Gunn has already announced a Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow film, so it's not out of the question. What's certain is that Superman Legacy is just the beginning. With a rich legacy to draw from and a creative team dedicated to honoring the character's roots, the future looks brighter than ever for the last son of Krypton. Final thoughts. To wrap things up, Superman Legacy isn't just another superhero movie. It's a statement. It's about reminding audiences why Superman matters and why he's been an enduring symbol of hope for generations. With James Gunn's vision, a stellar cast, and a story that promises to balance heart-pounding action with heartfelt emotion, this film has all the ingredients to be a classic. What do you think? Are you excited for Superman Legacy? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an update from Starstruck TV. Until next time, stay starstruck.